So I think I'm ready to explain my story, and I wanted to thank Anita for putting out a post about her creepy stalker experience. So now you're going to hear my creepy stalker experience and what was done to stop it. Spoilers, nothing. So, let's go back. Before there was Twitch TV, before it was Justin TV, it was a place called, there was another place that I would live stream on called Blog TV. So this is where I first met my stalker. I'm gonna call him a stalker because the actions that happen in the years to come from this just get worse and worse and repetitive over and over again. So I met him for a mutual friend. He was in, I think in all the time I knew him, I was in one call with him, my voice call. But other than that, he would go to streams sometimes, but he would always be very offensive or rude. So he started coming into my streams when I moved over to Twitch TV. I started doing gaming streams and stuff like that. And I went into one group call with him, but I didn't like his attitude. I didn't like the racist things he'd say, and I thought he was just an inappropriate person and not a nice person to be around. So I basically told people he wasn't a nice person, and I told him I didn't want to talk to him. I made it clear that I didn't want to have anything to do with him. To him, I made it clear to others around him also. And from telling him I didn't want to do, I didn't like him or how he acted, he would then choose to go to my Twitch streams and then blast a load of racist slurs in the chat. He would use the fact that my boyfriend my ex-boyfriend was African American. He would use the fact that he was that and saying your boyfriend's a dead racial slur in the chat, or he would have a username like that and he would keep coming in with loads and loads of names no matter how many times I blocked him or cleared the chat on Twitch. So this would happen over and over again. Bear this in mind. This was triggered because I told him I didn't want to speak to him anymore, and this was triggered because he said you're gonna regret that. You're gonna regret telling me that, basically. So this went on for years and years, and it has continued to go on for years. He will make hundreds of accounts, hundreds of Twitters, hundreds of YouTube accounts. He's probably even watching this right now because he likes to watch videos and stalk people, specifically girls. Or he likes to hang around Habbo Hotel and stalk people on there. He's not a nice person, and I will show some lovely evidence that has been gathered over the years on every little interaction where he's continued to pop up everywhere. And the reason I'm coming to talk on camera now is because it got to the point where I saw on Twitter that someone reached out to me asking who he was because he'd been trolling somebody else and he'd found another target. And he was sending and posting gore and brutality pictures in their discords and really unsavory photos and racial slurs again, and also death threats. When I made it apparent to this person that I knew who this was and they'd done things very, very similar, and then I responded to the tweet and I even retweeted it to get attention to it, that this person Eric, that's his actual name, I will out him because I have many times before, and he thinks that he has power because he hides behind so many different names and so many pictures of either girls or boys. His name is Eric, and I outed him on Twitter, and then a day later I was sent death threats on my Discord at 6 in the morning. I went to my Discord and there was about 6 messages from 2 different accounts saying this is what's going to happen to you, and it was about 6 pictures of mutilated bodies. and gore and threats of killing me, which, you know, it's not unlike him. So this has happened in the past many a time. Now when it got to this point, I was like, I'm sick of this. This is getting really serious now, and these pictures are getting disgusting, and I can't deal with this continuous no one being able to stop him being the untouchable, and him believing that. So I went to the police. Now, I went to the police and they got back to me actually pretty fast. But when they got back to me, they asked me about the situation. I explained everything. And their kind of response was, oh, but is he in the same country as you are? I said, no, but he has threatened to dox me. I believe he knows where I live. He knows my full name. He's been on my personal Facebook. This person has sent me continuous death threats, but they didn't take it very seriously. I then had another call from a second police officer. He took it more seriously, and he actually I felt from him that something was going to happen. And he tried to push it, and he rung up and took all the information I'd sent over. And then he said, about a week later, that the higher-ups believe that they won't pass on the message, because this Eric lives in Canada. They won't pass on the message to the police authorities in Canada because they don't feel it's important enough to bring forward. They literally said we would only be able to open a case if murder was involved. So if I was killed by said stalker, if said stalker found someone that lived here or came over here and attacked me and killed me, then a case would be opened. This is actually what I was told from the police. So they can't do anything about it. They won't bring the case up any further. And then they were like, are you happy with this service? And no, I'm not. I'm not happy with the service because I think there needs to be more done. I don't think this should be taken so lightheartedly because it's happened to so many streamers. They get threats, they get death threats, they get doxing, they get everything. And then in this country, in the UK, they don't do anything about it. You can block someone as many times as you want on Discord. They're gonna make another account. You can send reports. I've sent countless reports there. Don't do anything. The same for Twitch. And I wanted to jump onto this discussion because I think for once the internet needs to fucking do something about it, because continuous people get abuse every single day, and instead they're just told like, oh, it's just a troll, just get over it. But no, when it gets to the point that people are sending death threats and they know where you live, they know, they've seen pictures of your family, they know stuff about you, and they're threatening to expose that or do something about it, and they won't leave you alone, then that's a problem. And I think there should be a punishment for someone that behaves this way. Like, someone shouldn't be allowed to do this, because it will get to the point that something will happen to one of us, and then people will then say, we should have done something about that. Oh, we should have. Or, well, I suppose we can open a case now. I don't want my case to be opened if I'm dead. I would rather the case be opened when I'm alive and I know I can be safe. And this person, Eric, can be finally taken off the internet because he doesn't deserve to be on the internet. The way he behaves, the way he treats people. The countless years of stalking, harassing, death threats, racial slurs, indecent pictures. It needs to stop.